everyone, it's Zoe, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you didn't already know, last week I did the No Mirror Makeup Challenge. It was super fun. I loved it so much, so if you haven't seen that video already, be sure to check it out. So, as you probably know, Valentine's Day is quickly approaching, and for today's video I decided to do a look that was kind of inspired by Valentine's Day and the whole pink theme. I'm super excited for today's look. I have so many fun things and ideas that I really want to try out, and some other tips and tricks I want to teach you guys about how to do makeup with glasses. So let's get started. So I already pulled my hair back, so the first step is to prime my face. So today I'll be using the Touch in Sol No Problem Primer. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah. So I'm just gonna take some of this. I'm just gonna put this all on my face. I really like this one. It smells really nice to start, and it's very easy to spread around. A little product goes a long way, and it gives you a good base for your foundation. Yeah, like I barely used any. Yeah, and it kind of makes your skin feel nice and smooth, and it's all in all just a really good primer. I truly recommend it. So for foundation today, I'll be using my usual Sephora Collection foundation in shade 22 Light, but instead of a beauty blender today, I'm actually going to be using my Quo foundation brush here, and I'm just going to start by putting a few dots all over my face, and then I'm just going to take the brush and blend it in. I really like this foundation. It's medium to full coverage. I like it a lot because it covers up a lot of my areas on my face that are gonna be red sometimes or that have pimples. A hint with foundation is you can always put your glasses back on afterwards just to see where you missed blending it in. And yeah, I tried to not put a lot on my nose. That kind of didn't work out there. I kind of put a lot on because my glasses can sometimes crease it. Also, it gets really sweaty there. People with glasses know what I mean. Alright, I think we're okay. I'm just gonna do a quick double check with my glasses on, and then we're gonna move on to concealer. So I just put my glasses back on. I did a horrible job with my foundation, so I'm just gonna use a beauty blender to blend it in some areas that I totally missed, which was a lot on my face. Alright, now that that's a little bit better, a lot better, we're now gonna go in with concealer. For concealer today, I'll be using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in shade Light. Now this isn't gonna be a really high contrast look, so I'm just gonna put some underneath my eyes. Not too much. Yeah. Alright. Now I'm just going to take my beauty blender here and just blend that in. I really like this concealer. It hides circles well. And if you do have a zit, it does cover it up well. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to set our face. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this Sephora Collection powder. This is one of their foundation powders. This is shade 26 Neutral Sand. I'm just going to take on this little puff here and just put a little bit of it under my eyes just so those are really nice and set and locked in. Then after that, I'm going to take my Mud Translucent Loose Powder in shade 0. I'm just going to take some of this and I'm just going to set my entire face. Use my beauty blender. So I'm just going to put some under my cheeks. I really like this powder. It sets your face super nicely. However, it is very, as you can see, just kind of got that all over me, quite powdery. So you just do have to be careful. Don't wear something black while you're doing this, otherwise you'll be showing off a lot of powder on your clothes. Alright, under my eyes, a little bit on my forehead. I'm gonna let this sit for a few minutes, and when it's done, I'll be right back. Now that our bake is all gone and our face is all set, I'm using the Palladio Matte Bronzer with my M437 brush, and I'm just going to chisel out a bit of my face. I don't want it to be too harsh, however, because this is a very pink look, because it's Valentine's Day, so I want to look all nice and pink here. Now, a trick I do have with this, especially because you can't see, you can actually put your glasses back on for your cheek part, which I just realized, but after you have to take your glasses off to get in here and stuff, you kind of want to feel where your eyebrow is, and you kind of want it just to go a little bit before your eyebrow. I like measuring up my face with my hands, especially when I can't see, because then it's a lot easier to put the product on. So now I'm just going to go in on the other side. I really like this bronzer. I truly do recommend it because it's really blendable and it's not too harsh. And yeah, it's just a really good bronzer. You can only buy it at Sally Beauty Supply, and it's pretty affordable too. It's not crazy expensive, and I just really like it. Let's blend it up here. Alright. And that's it for bronzing and chiseling out our face. Now I'm just going to put on a little bit of blush. This is the Sephora Collection Hysterical Blush. I really like this one because it gives your cheeks also a nice shimmer. So go in with a blush brush here, get a little bit of this, and just put some on my cheeks. I also like this one because the bronzer and the blush complement each other really nicely. Alright, that is it. I'm going to go back in and do highlighter at the very end, so now it's time to move on to our eyes. So I already primed my eyelids using the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Primer, so it's time to go directly in with the shadow. So I'm just going to start off with the James Charles palette here, and I'm going to take this pink shade here. I'm just going to kind of put this all above my crease, just to start as a nice, easy pink base. And then I'm going to also do slightly a bit of a wing with this look. So I'm just going to make sure I use the angle part of this brush to just get that nice wing. I also really like this pink because if you don't push too hard, it's very subtle, which I kind of like with pinks. I don't like it to be like neon pink and really powerful. So this pink is kind of just nice and soft. And then I'm just going to use this angle to angle it out a bit at the end. Right. Now, in a little bit lower near the crease there, I'm just going to make it a little more pigmented, so I am just going to pop on a little bit more, and I'm just going to press a little harder, and then make sure the angle is good. Alright, now that that's done, it's time to move on to the next color. Alright, so now I'm going to go in using the Too Faced White Peach palette. I'm just going to take the shade right here called Peach Suede and kind of just darken it up just a little bit. I'm just going to go in here and just darken it up. These two shadows complement each other super nicely. They blend super well, as you can tell. I don't know, they just look super nice. And then again, I'm going to blend this in a little bit to the wing that I started to create here. Alright, and a tip with this one you can't see is definitely your mirror. Again, magnifying mirror. This one's like times 15. It's super easy. I can see super clear in it. Little tip when you're going in the crease, you definitely want to feel. Again, use your fingers. That's the biggest thing I can stress when you can't see, is definitely use your fingers to feel where your eyeball is exactly and where to place the shadows. Now I'm going to use this brush here and just go in with the slightest bit of this color here, the darker pink, just to make it even a little more darker, just to add some more dimension. Alright. I'm just going to plop that on the outer corner a bit there. I'm just going to blend it in. And then just pull it up a bit. Now, as you can probably tell, I kind of messed up a little bit down here. But that's what Q-tips are for. Q-tips are great because they get away shadows super easy, especially because when you can't see, you'll be making a few mistakes. So I'm just gonna take Q-tip here and just clean it up. And it also makes your line a lot more precise. All right, now I'm just gonna take this blender here and I'm just gonna blend these three shades together in nice big circular motions. Alrighty, now it's time to move on to the next step. So I'm just going to cut the crease using the same concealer I just used, the Too Faced Born This Way. I'm just going to pop a little bit on the lid, and I'm just going to grab a beauty blender. I can't speak. I'm going to use this one here. I'm just going to make sure this cuts the crease. Alright. Now that the crease is all cut, it's time to move on to our next step. So I'm just going to go in with the slightest bit again with the Peach Suede here and kind of just put this on the lid, but I don't want it to be super strong. I kind of just want to, so it makes it look like that I kind of cut my crease with a bit of like a pink shade here. And I'm not going to add this to the wing. I'm just going to kind of plop it on just the slightest bit, just like that. Now it's time to do something a little fun. So I'm just going to go in using this color here, Glistening Peach. From the Too Faced palette, this one right here. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put this all along my lash line here to kind of act as not like kind of an eyeliner. I'm just going to do a nice base of it first along the lid, and then I'm going to take some of my Morphe setting spray here, give my brush a nice spritz, and I'm going to go in and get more of it and put that all along the lash line. The Morphe spray is super nice. It really helps pack on eyeshadows, and it also smells super good. Alright, I put that along the lash line. Now I'm going to use it to chisel out the wing a little bit more, and just put that along the bottom. Just like that. Connect the two. And take a little bit more. And go bold with the glitter. You know, it makes the eye pop a lot more, and it just looks super nice. Alrighty, that's how that looks. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly do the other eye off camera, then we're going to go in with some mascara, and then I'll do my brows and finish off the rest of the look. Alright, so I just did the other eye and curled my lashes, so I'm just going to take some of the CoverGirl Lash Blast Mascara and just coat my lashes in this. This mascara really helps make your lashes look nice and darker and give them a little extra oomph when it comes to length. A tip that I have for mascara is try not to do too many upward motions, because then your mascara will get over your eye look, especially when you can't see. So try to go a lot of sideways motions. It also helps get out the lumps. Just a little bit underneath. Alrighty. Now that mascara is done, we're going to move on to brows. So the nice thing about brows is you get to keep your glasses on. And some of you are probably thinking why I didn't do my brows first, considering you normally cut them out with concealer. On myself, a lot of people it looks good, but concealer makes, when I cut out my eyebrows, it just doesn't look the best. I don't know, it kind of looks really sketchy on me, so I've just never liked it. So this is the Morphe 35O palette. I use powder on my brows, and I don't know, I just really like this shade. Even though it's eyeshadow, it works super well. The shade right here, I'm just going to dip to this. It's a little bit on an eyebrow brush. I'm just going to go in and not do too much craziness. Just kind of make them look a little darker. I just got my brows done yesterday, so I'm really happy with how they are shaped right now, so I don't really have to do a lot to them. Just do a little bit more. Alright, and I think that's it for brows. It's time to finish off the rest of our face, and then time for a little quick review. So for highlight today, I'll be using the Profusion Sparkle palette. I'm just going with the last two shades here. Take my glasses off, and I'm just gonna blend these two together and just apply this on just above my cheeks here, my nose, here, under here. All right. Now, I'm actually going to do something a little different. I saw James do this on his channel with his palette, and I thought I'd give it a try to see how it looks. I'm just going to go in with the two shades here, this shade and this shade. Blend those two together and use it just to kind of blend together my highlight and blush. It actually looks really good. Wow, I really like that a lot. I'm going to do that in the future. Alright, now that that's done, I forgot to mention we have to do lips as well, of course. It's Valentine's Day, so now it's time to do lips. Okay, so for today I'll be using the MAC lipstick in the shade Angel. I quickly took my hair out because we don't need to put that back anymore. The nice thing about lipstick is you get to keep your glasses on, so this is pretty easy to do. This is a pretty neutral pink shade, but it does add a little pop of pink, which I really like. I'm just gonna do the top. Alright, that's good. Now I'm just gonna take a little bit of gloss. This is actually from the Body Shop. It's their gloss in shade 19. I don't know, I really like it. It complements this lipstick well. So we're just gonna go in with this. When I was younger, I always used this with red lipstick. I actually haven't used it in a while, so the thing is stained red, which I find kind of funny. A little bit on. Add just a little extra shine.